What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop. Hit the notification bell. Alright, y'all, let's just get right into this video. First thing up, you see the rundown, and let's get into it. Alright, New York Knicks taking on the San Antonio Spurs on Christmas Day. And what a gift it was for New York Knicks fans. It was a battle. I'm not going to lie to you. Out of all the games today, I'm going to say this was the best game played other than the 76ers knocking off the Boston Celtics. Yes, sir, you heard what I said. That's 2 losses in a row for the Boston Celtics, putting the Knicks 2 games behind them. And as I said before, I'm not really too high on the standings. As long as the Knicks make the playoffs, that's my theory. We make the playoffs, we got a good ass chance of winning the championship. But for all the people out there that think the New York Knicks cannot beat the Boston Celtics, we're going to talk about that. We're going to round the show off with that topic. All right, with that being said, let's get into this game. The New York Knicks outplayed the Spurs 117-114, and this game could have went into overtime. If you thought about the play when Thomas made the foul on Chris Paul trying to get over the screen, when Wembanyama hit a 3, they went to the replay. The foul was called, but Wembanyama didn't get the ball off before the foul. Had he made that 3-pointer, who knows? Even with the great play of Mikal, we're going to get to that as well. This game could have went into overtime, and anything is possible once overtime is in play. All right. So, like I said, and like you read in here, the New York Knicks actually did outplay the Boston Celtics. I don't know why Boston is on my mind, but it's on my mind. I guess because I'm ready for Boston. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to this game. As I was saying, we outplayed them. Victor had 42 points, 18 rebounds. Sohan never dropped in 21 points. Chris Paul continued to impress to be in the league for 20 years now. 13 points. He had 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Devin Vassell, a player I do like watch playing. I think he got a real good career ahead of him. I don't know if he's going to ever be an all-star, but he is a real good role player. Then we come to Mikal Bridges, 41 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Man, listen, he was all over the place. Like I said, we're going to say that for later. Karl-Anthony Towns dropped 21 points, Brunson 20, Hart 12 points. I'm going to say some things that might be a little controversial. Some of y'all might disagree with when I get down to Towns and Tibbs. But think about what I'm saying. Just give me a chance to think about what I'm saying. Now, the reason I said the Knicks outplayed this Boston on my mind, outplayed the Spurs. Let's just check out these stats. If you look at the stats, field goal percentage, the Knicks shot 45%. They shot 50%. Yes, they beat us there. But when we come to over the 3-point, they shot 42%. We shot 33%. Wembanyama was all over the court. The Knicks missed quite a few threes tonight. Brunson wasn't on his P's and Q's. Free throw, we shot 87 to the 82. Rebounds, this is where we get to the outplay before. I know y'all like, oh, y'all seen that, stats with the field goal percentage, but look at the rebound. The Knicks out-rebounded them by 2. Okay, we had 47, but we had 17 offensive rebounds. That was important for us to get this victory. Trust me, we needed them offensive rebounds, especially when Victor Wembanyama went to the bench. The Knicks pushed the ball. We dominated in the paint. That's just my opinion. Like, we took control of the paint. Whenever Wembanyama sat on the bench, they're going to have to get a real good backup for Wembanyama if they want to be successful. But that guy is the future of the NBA. I don't know how tall he's 7'6", 7'4". Reporter joked around about him being 8'3". Yes, he's going to be a very important part of the Spurs. But if we go down the stats, you see offensive rebounds, 17 assists. The Knicks had 26. They had 33. But still, we had 7. They had 6 blocks. Get over to the turnovers. 15 turnovers. We had 5 points in the paint. We had 58 to their 50. Second chance points, 19. Fast break points, they got up on court, 22. Points off of turnovers, 21. The biggest lead was 9 for them, 6 for us. We're not even gonna talk about the fouls, but Knicks had 17 to the 15. This was a game that, a lot of people did not expect the Knicks to win. We're gonna talk about the players and their stats before we run over to Towns and Thibodeau. But well, let's just talk about Towns and Thibodeau right now. Forgive me, I'm talking about the stats of the players individual. I'll get to that in a minute. But Towns, Thibodeau, all right. I know y'all wondering, what do I have to complain about? Towns finished the game, I think, with 5 fouls. And this is my problem, all right. I would like to see when, I know everybody wants Josh Hart in the starting lineup. He give us that spark, you know what I'm saying? He do so many different things just as well as Anunoby. But on certain games like this, we playing a big center, the starting center like that, a guy that's going to be counted for most of the other team points. The referee going to give him fouls, things like that. I think he should have had started. And in this case, not even Achua. I think Hooker Porty should have been on the floor. Hear me out. Kill me in the comments if you want. But you got to have a guy to take the pressure off Towns. And now, if Hooker Porty was playing, this is just my theory. If he was playing, I don't think Towns would have 5 fouls. I think Towns could have been more offensive minded because he had Hooker Porty's main job would have been to play defense on Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? Because you notice when they switch and Josh Hart go to the switch, he was on him, even with Anunoby. Come on. Did you see how tall he was towering over Towns? And they made some good plays bodying him up, but I just think if you want to keep Towns in the game longer and have him have more of an impact on the game, you got to play with matchup. You got to work with the matchup sometimes. I mean, I love this starting 5. I think we have the best starting 5 in the NBA, but at some point, you got to start playing to the matchups. Now, you could have started the game with Josh Hart. 2 minutes into it, you bring Hooker Porty in there for so that he can be physical with Wembanyama. Towns don't have to worry about guarding him. He can focus more on his offense. And Hooker Porty is not a bad offensive player. So if they want going to double Towns with Wembanyama, that would leave Hooker Porty with somebody. It would be vice versa because now there would be a small guy on Hooker Porty under the rim. You got to think about the matchup. That would take a lot of pressure off Towns. Towns would have been in the game longer, and I think he would have more than 21 points. And like I said earlier, this game could have went into overtime. Matter of fact, it could have. No, it wouldn't have been an N1. It just would have been the foul and the ball back. Well, he would have got his 3-point shots, and he probably got the ball back. So that could have been a 4-point play, or maybe a 5-point play, or. But at the same time, if Hooker Porty was in there, he wouldn't. Karl-Anthony Towns wouldn't have to be playing off that block. It would have been different. It would have been a different scenario. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I believe you just have to play to the matchup. Like I said, you didn't have to start Hooker Porty, but at some point you put Hooker Porty in there so that Towns don't have to, pick up them cheap, cheesy fouls that he was getting on Wembanyama. And that's, Wembanyama was taking some deep threes, and I don't know how comfortable Hooker Porty would have been playing that far out. But at the same time, you want to keep your star players involved in the game and out of foul trouble. Now, we got a long season. You know what I'm saying? We hitting that halfway mark soon. But in these next 3 games, the Knicks can do something special. They can end the year on a 8-game winning streak. Because we got, who we got next? Orlando, and then we play the Wizards twice before the year ends out. And I think we can take them 2 games. But Tibbs is going to have to start, looking at matchups and finding ways to keep Towns out of foul trouble so that he can be more productive on the floor. And that would loosen things up for Jalen Brunson and the rest of the team. Like I said in my last video, we get points from everywhere. And God damn it, I forgot to put your comment up, but I had a comment and he was like, that was that team. It was the team the Knicks played. And yeah, that plays a factor somewhat, but I still think this is a great team. Uh, San Antonio may not be up there in the standings on the West, but they they they, they are a team that got some potential. They got some potential, you know what I'm saying? And I think next year they're gonna be a much better team. They're gonna round out that roster, and they're gonna be a real threat. You know what I'm saying? Teams is gonna have to really, you know, prepare for them. Now let's get to the man of the hour, Mikal Bridges, 40 points on Christmas, giving us a gift of gifts. Not only he dropped 40 points because we needed them 40 points. 41, but we needed them points, you know what I'm saying? Because Wembanyama was putting on a show, and Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns I can't say they didn't have it. 20 points from Brunson, 21 from Towns. Towns was just in foul trouble, as I explained. Putting Hooker Porty out there could have, helped, help Towns tremendously, put him on, got more points. But Mikal Bridges, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna sound like I'm ranting right now because I gotta get off my chest. Because, before the month of December, when the season just started, all you was hearing was Knicks gave up this many first round picks and blah blah blah. It was ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, guys was having 2 hour shows, hour show, whatever. Because I'm not disrespecting anybody, but I'm saying you don't know what first round picks is going to turn into when you know the body of work this person is doing. How could you waste a pick? How could you waste a pick? Then you have to think, nobody taking consideration the amount of money that the Knicks have invested in this team, bringing on the first round. I don't think I think Leon Rose is going to bypass the first round. That's just somebody special out there, whatever. We got to make some moves. There's a lot of guys on a 1-year contract on this team, so anything can happen. But at the same time, people was complaining about the picks, when the main goal is to win the championship. Even we have them picks, bringing them first rounders, whatever y'all want to call it, and whatever happened in them scenarios, them guys got to grow. They got to take time. The Knicks are in a win now scenario. Everybody complained about the picks. Everybody complained about the shot. All you heard was the Knicks got screwed in this deal. Now everybody is on Mikal's, I can't say the word, but get off me. Because y'all wasn't there. And that's the thing about being a Knicks fan. Because the fans, they say that the New York Knicks fans are the most knowledgeable fans in the game. And I'm being honest, and I don't mean no disrespect. Sometimes you have to question that. We was in the beginning of the season, and guys was writing this man off. Guys was talking about Leon Rose should be fired. Guys were talking about Leon Rose got taken. It was so much things being said. Let's be real, it was so much things being said, and now you turn on your TV, whatever your phone, wherever you get your content from, and you start watching, and now it's a whole different ball game. I don't understand it. Like, we are here, yes, to give you our opinions, not predictions. Well, that's kind of contradicting. Well, y'all know what I mean. But what I mean by that is so much negative come from Knicks fans and Knicks content creators. I'm throwing that out there as well. Before the season even started. Right now, there's still complaints about the Knicks defense. And I think the Knicks defense is picking up right now. You see, when we started, we were somewhere in the 20s, then we went to the 17th. So now we're somewhere around 6. The defense, in the month of December, and I just think that's going to get better. You know what I'm saying? The new year come in, it's going to be like a whole start. Second half is like the start of the season all over for some teams. Players going to get a chance to reboot. But the things that was said about Mikal Bridges is mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? Everybody expecting him to come in right off the bat, drop 30, 40 points, 20 points, and 25 points a night, not realize that he have to adjust. He had to adjust to a new team. And I said it long back when the season started, like, what is people talking about? And now, you're going to see the papers tomorrow morning. Y'all watching the videos. Y'all seeing it. Y'all hearing it. You know what I'm saying? People eating their words. Let's just be real. People are eating their words. Because a lot of people just like to regurgitate. Let's be real. They hear one person come out saying one thing and then they just start regurgitating. And it's a shame. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes people don't have their own opinion. All right, let's move it on. It's the Boston and the Celtics. Let's talk about this for a minute. The reason I got this up here because there's still a question that the New York Knicks is not ready for the Celtics, nor are they ready for the Cavaliers. And I beg to differ. I'm just going to put that out there because when we played these two teams, like I said, it was early in the season. We have two new. Actually, the team is basically new. You know what I'm saying? Other than Karl Anthony Towns and Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, we had Payne come in. You know what I'm saying? Shamet was a player that we thought we were going to have. Precious Achiuwa was out. We wasn't working with our full team. We still not working with our full team. You know what I'm saying? And people judged us on that. Not to mention, you know, Boston, they came in with their team, with the same incoming team from the championship. These guys was already a homemade team. Game one, atmosphere, everything was garnered toward the Celtics. Yeah, they beat us. Cavs, like I said, I don't even think we was into our 10th game yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm right. You know, the Knicks were still finding their identity. I'm not saying the Cavs are not a good team because the Cavs are looking damn good. But what I'm saying, the Knicks are a good team too, and you can't write this team off. You can't not just sit back and say that the Knicks cannot compete against the Boston Celtics or the Cleveland Cavaliers. You cannot say that. And you shouldn't be second guessed. The Knicks went up in power rankings. We up in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? Up in the top 5. I think we 6. Matter of fact, that'd be top 10. But what I wanted to say, they have us as they have the Boston as contenders, and they have the Knicks as pre-contenders. And every time I read these articles and they give their reasons on why the Knicks are not better than the Boston Celtics or why, you know, the Celtics. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, the Cavs have me worried. But I'm not worried about the Celtics. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not worried about Boston at all. I think if we was to meet them in the playoffs, we would definitely knock them out. You know what I'm saying? And I actually think the next game, we will beat them. Not only will we beat them, we will beat them by a double-digit score. I'm not going to say blow them out because people consider a blowout to be 25, 30 points. But I'm guaranteeing the Knicks beat them more than 15 points. The next time we meet Boston. And the thing about it, we're meeting these teams late in the season, so both of these teams going to have an identity. I don't know if they're going to be at their full strength, but they're going to be where they're supposed to be, a cohesive unit. You know what I'm saying? So it won't be no excuse for either team unless Porzingis is hurt, unless one of our players is hurt. But at the same time, this team is so deep, I don't care what nobody say. Points can come from anywhere on any given night that I'm not worried. And Boston is that same exact team. Don't get me wrong. But I still feel that this Knicks team is a better team than Boston. I think a lot of the players over there are overrated. And when I say that, I'm not talking about Tatum. I'm not talking about Brown. I'm talking about their help. I'm not saying their help is not good. There's a player on there that deserves 6th Man of the Year. But I just think the Knicks bench, that's what I'm going to say right now. The Knicks could have a good bench if Tibbs was to utilize that bench more. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, we see San Antonio played 9 players against 7 players because Payne only played 4 minutes. I have to see was he hurt or anything because I want to understand why he only played 4 minutes. McBride played 29 minutes. And he shot 2 for 10 tonight. Chua went 2 for 5. Chua really, tried to put up too many shots. But other guys got to get a chance. And I think if Hooker Porty would have been out there, Towns wouldn't have had 5 fouls. And I think he would have had more than 21 points. I think this is a formula that will work well for the Knicks, that if certain games, certain situations, that Hooker Porty can be that anchor, you know what I'm saying, for the Knicks, you know what I'm saying, to give Tibbs what he need, you know what I'm saying, or give Towns what he need, which that would be time to be on the court. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Hit me in the comments. Y'all know I respond. If you a cave dweller, you know it already. I'm going to hit you back. If not, don't forget to subscribe. But this was a game that the Knicks was favored to win anyway. Nobody expected Wembanyama to come out and drop 40-something points. And, I wanted to say, what I wanted to say before I finish and get up out of here, and I hope y'all stayed around just for this, what I'm about to say. F. Stephen A. Smith. That's a fake Knicks fan. Y'all hear what I say? Stephen A. Smith is a fake Knicks fan. At halftime of the game, Stephen A. Smith went on a rant. Wembanyama had 24 points, and Stephen A. Smith started talking about, why can't the Knicks do this? Why can't we have a player this? It was like he already predetermined that the Knicks lost the game. He already predetermined that no other Knicks player was going to step up. And when they win, his cheeks is wide to wide. But even before they play the game, he don't even give the Knicks the credit that they might have a chance to win the game. It's always doubting them before the game, and then after he want to celebrate. That's a fake ass fan. Excuse the language, but Stephen A. Smith is an A1 fake. That's why I want to end it. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. Smith gets on my nerves sometimes. All right, y'all. Y'all already know how we do it. I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.